Okay, so this is gonna be the first episode of a series, basically just showing strats that can be run on maps. Of course, I'll be basing this on just a band phase that I came up with, so this will be if on attack, Thatcher and Maver banned, and on defense, we're gonna go with Mira and I'm gonna just say Cade, because those are probably the most banned for me. So using smoke first, you're most likely going to be making the rotates. So yeah, you're going to need to rotate there. And goes there. So watch freezer. Let's say even making 2 holes there would be good. There. So for reinforcements, basically just show you. Of course, you're not going to be getting these all yourself as smoke, but since I don't have anyone else to help me, those are essential. Also going to need to get this wall, the single wall, between pillar and site. If you don't get that, you'll basically be sending yourself to a death sentence, because then they could just ash charge it, walk in, plant, take site control. So realistically, you're gonna have 2 ADSs here or 2 ADSs there, and then you're gonna have a shield facing blue, and they're gonna have to clear it. Since Mira's banned, you're still gonna want to reinforce this wall. And then also you're gonna want to get one of the single walls for supply. And you're also gonna want to get the left side of freezer. Of course. And also make this a rotate so that you can rotate between. You also will have to get freezer hatch. Of course, if you're on a team, this will be all coordinated, so it wouldn't be too much of a problem. A meeting hatch. So that takes away 2 reinforcements. You only have 2 left. And this one, so you have 1 left. So you have an option. You can save one and reinforce off the blue wall. Like once you have to leave, like you can't be there anymore. Or you could just reinforce this off. So like sometimes like I will do this, so that you can watch stairs. But if you just don't want that pressure and have to deal with it, I recommend just reinforcing it off. So the last 3 reinforcements are gonna go to the hatches. So as smoke, you're most likely gonna be playing in blue with ADSs. So realistically, if you can waste rounds 3 minutes, if you can waste about half of the round, so 1.5 minutes before you have to fall back into sight, that's really good. And of course, you can also use your smokes if you need to delay. So if you know they're gonna try pushing, just throw one. That lands right at the door, and that'll delay it. Of course, you're gonna also have, if you're playing Melusi, you're gonna have a Melusi here. You might have Barb. You're most likely gonna have a Wamai playing here with an ADS. But yeah, if you can waste about half the round before you have to fall back and just give up blue, that's good. If you can last longer, like if they just can't push, then last as long as you can. But if you can, don't use all your smokes, because for post plant, you are going to want, wherever you're standing, probably in here, you're going to want to throw some smokes, because, let me pick this up, so you can deny a default plant, which could be here. You could also have one here. They could plant right on the door. They could plant here. I mean, they plant here. You could try smoking it off from the other side, but it doesn't happen very often unless it gets called out. So yeah, if you're smoked, you're just playing time. You can deny front with your smokes. If you have extras after you have blue, you can deny the plant here, you can deny the plant here. That's basically your job as smoke for what you need to do for the site. So yeah. Next will be Jager. Okay, so as Jager, for allocating your resources, of course, I don't want to play this, so I can't make the rotates, but most likely I'm playing with the AR, so you're going to put one ADS on this wall. You can also put one here, put one here. I like to just put it here, so stack them. Especially with Thatcher Band, Mavericks Band, Mira, and Cater Band. And then you're most likely, I would say, put another one here, because you're going to have Wamai. Well, for right now with his shield playing here, but when he doesn't have a shield, it's going to change it up a bit. And then I'd say put some barb on the back stairs, the back tower stairs, and I would also recommend, if you're gonna have a Melusi here, I'd say probably put, maybe, I don't know, some, no, actually, don't put barb there. You're gonna have a Melusi, so, and they're most likely be able to clear it if you're running that. I'd say just put it here. It's good enough. And now that I'm thinking about it, if the team comp is going to be a Jager, Smoke, Wamai, Maestro, and Melusi, I'd actually tell you to remove one of your ADSs. And then actually put an ADS here or here, and put the Melusi like right there, so that the ADS can catch anything if they're trying to burn it. If Wamai is going to be playing right here by the doorway of between bunker and pillar, and Smoke's playing there, I'd say for the Jager, because you're going to have Wamai throwing discs over here, I'd say play pillar, or just play around here. You can play by the pillar behind it, you can play to the corner of it, hold anyone coming down the stairs. So yeah, this is basically just where the Jager's going to play. Of course, late round you might have to juggle your ADSs and move them if they're not going for a blue take, but if they are, which most people do, this is where Jager's probably going to play. It's just right here by pillar, and you're going to have Wamai over there. So yeah, this is where I'd recommend you play if you're okay. So for the next operator, since we've done Smoke and Jager, it'll be Wamai. So realistically, I'd put a shield here. If you can walk through it, you can make it so you can't. Like this side, you can't. You could make it for this side if you don't want to. So, of course, he has 5 Wamai magnets now. But of course, with the new season, if they keep it, he'll only have 4. So you really have to be stingy with where you put them. So you can't put them everywhere. So I'd say just for reinforcement purposes, if you're gonna have an ADS there, I say just throw a Wamai magnet up there, just so it helps that your teammate over there a little bit more. And then I'd say throw one there. You can't reach that, but afterwards. But I'd say throw a Wamai magnet there. I'd say just put one right there, because you're gonna need as much help for to help your Jager, because he put his ADS here and then 2 for bunker. So one there, and then just for safe keeping, since you really want to have another one, I'd say just throw it on the box, depending on what they're bringing. If they're just trying to flashbang, well then that's that. So yeah, I'd actually put one here. And then I put one here for Wamai, and you're just gonna play here, because realistically that's 4 burn they're gonna have to do, and they're gonna have to try getting the Melusi or the shield. So you're just gonna play right here by the door. You're not gonna peek unnecessarily, but if you can get a pick, like if you can tell you can get one, just pop up, kill him, and then pop down, then maybe move. Of course, this is better if you have a team, because then you can communicate to your Jager if anyone is pillar, if they're by the stairs. If not, you can probably rotate, but I'd say play here for as long as you can, and once your shield is gone, then leave. I don't recommend leaving until your shield is gone, unless these guys just start pushing like 2-3 guys right at your face. Then just leave. Go back to site and just play site. But yeah, as Wamai, I'd recommend just playing here because you have four burn that they're gonna have to do. So, and it's honestly better if they get rid of the Melusi first before you shield, because then it takes even longer and you can waste as much time. So yeah, as Wamai, you just like smoke for bunker. You're just wasting time, and then eventually falling back to site if you can. If you can't, then you're basically just playing for your life, or just playing for picks basically until you die, because that will happen. So yeah. Next up. Okay, so as Melusi, just reminding you guys, the bans are Thatcher, Mav, Cade, and Mira. This is why Melusi's up. So as Melusi, you're probably gonna get 2 of the hatches. I'd say, depending on where you're starting when you get spawned in, I'd say either get meeting and freezer or front and freezer, and just let someone else get the other hatch, because you are still gonna want time so you can put down your utility. So yeah, I'd say put a Melusi here, just somewhere in bunker where they can't just immediately walk in, and you're also gonna have an ADS for it and magnets, so it won't be destroyed as easily. Depending on where the barb is, you're gonna have barb over there, so I'd also recommend putting a Melusi in freezer so that they can't just push. Of course, you're gonna have all the holes right there, so you can also watch it. And then if you're gonna have barb here, I mean, it's really up to you. You can put it for back tower, but if you're gonna have so many people playing there, I'd say just put it here, because people are gonna have to clear it, especially if there is the holes here and you have here so they can push up. So I'd say put your Melusi right here in the front, so that they either have to use like an Ash charge, a Zofia charge, a nade, something like that. And of course, I brought impacts, but I think realistically you're probably gonna bring C4. And as Melusi, I'd say you're just gonna play, okay, you're gonna play in freezer. Of course, you don't have any ADSs or anything, so you have to be careful from nades, but I'd say just play freezer and play it as long as you can until you have to absolutely fall back, or you just like hide. But yeah, you're just gonna play freezer, and if you have a C4, of course you can C4 over this, maybe get a pick, maybe 2, maybe 3 if the other team isn't coordinated, depending on what you're playing, whether it's ranked or comp. I'd recommend running a C4 just because it's better. I have impacts because that's what I run for like most other defenses, but yeah, you're just gonna play freezer for as long as you can or until you die. If you have a C4, you can use it over here, or if you know they're gonna plant there. I mean, you can also deny default plant from here. If they're planting by the door, you can't deny it, but if they're planting here, you can kill them. So yeah, that's basically Melusi's job. Is I'd say just depending on where you want to put them, you're gonna put a Melusi freezer, front side, and blue, and then you're gonna have a C4, and you're just gonna play freezer, maybe get a kill with it. If not, just play until you die and waste as much time as you can. Once again, most of these defenders are just wasting time, so yeah, that's Melusi's job. Next, the last defender. Okay, so yeah, as Maestro, I'd say realistically, since Smoke's making most of the rotates, you probably will be making most of the sightline holes. This I just like, so if you need to rotate. I'll rotate there, unless Smoke makes that, but yeah, I'd say you're gonna want some sightlines here. Since this wall's gonna be enforced, I'd say one of your Maestro cams, you can get this on. You're gonna place here. Oops, that's not right. And then I'd realistically say face it towards freezer. And with the other cam, I mean, you could put it anywhere. So here's an option. You could face it towards pillar. I mean, your cams will probably be in the same place. Since there's no really other good way to put them, I'd say. So you also have the option to put it here so it faces the front. Of course, you can see the front side push. You have that cam, which is going to stay there, and then you could also technically put a cam here, so if they try to plant, and there's a couple of you alive, then you can stop default plant. But I'd say for the best cam, I'd say, because you're watching a freezer push, I'd say it's just put it right here, honestly. Maybe on the floor, honestly. I think on the floor. Then just turn it around, and then yeah, you can just watch. You can watch pillar. I think that's probably one of the best. I don't know. It's kind of tough once you have this one. So actually, I don't think you need that pillar one because realistically, if you can rotate it, you can. If nobody's pushing freezer and they're pushing, I don't know, back tower and blue, I say just keep one facing main. And then the freeze one has to stay. I'd say keep one facing main or keep one facing pillar. I think those are the best. And then your barb, I mean, if you're gonna have barb here, a Melusi there, I don't know, you can put it anywhere. You can put it on the stairs if you want. Just put some barb there. Realistically with the Jager, you could also bring bulletproof and just put it somewhere. Yeah, you can also put this barb right here. You have to knife that, and then you know they're there. So yeah, I'd say barb there, barb on the stairs, Maestro here, and a Maestro there. And so if Jager's playing pillar, Wamai's playing the bunker to pillar door, Smoke's playing blue, Melusi's playing freezer, you're just gonna play anywhere in sight. Most likely you're gonna be playing in cubby. You're gonna be playing in the closet. Realistically what we're gonna be playing, so come on. So yeah, you can play basically laundry, you can play deep laundry to hide. You also have right here in the corner, you can also play in closet, but yeah, as Maestro, you're just gonna be playing here. So yeah, your cam, one's gonna be here, one's gonna be facing freezer, barb's gonna be on the stairs, the other one's gonna be at the top of the stairs, and you'll just be playing over here watching front side with your cams. So yeah, that's a basic basement defense. These of course are just depending on the bands. If Melusi was banned, then I'd run a Cade, but yeah, this is just the bands that I chose that are most common for me that I see. So yeah. So yeah, I hope this video was enjoyable. If you liked it, please consider subscribing.